Imagine you go outside, you think it's going to be sunny. You've got t-shirt, you've got shorts on, you got some new trainers on as well. Ooh, and it starts raining. Yeah, bear in mind, you're an hour away from home. You're in an outside situation. Maybe you're at the park or something like that. Yeah. Here's the thing: two different people going through that exact thing are going to experience two different realities because one person may perceive that as a massive negative. They will perceive that as their whole day is ruined. Their trainers are ruined. They're now outside in the wet, they're getting wet, etc. And they just feel like their whole day is just nonsense at this point. Whereas you've got the other person has a bit more of a positive mental attitude around the situation, and they're seeing it as an opportunity. They're seeing it as an opportunity to challenge themselves. They're just appreciating the rain. They're just appreciating the fact, you know what, it actually hasn't rained for a little while. Yeah, this is a nice sight to see. For whatever positive perspective they have of that situation, they see it in a positive way regardless. The question is, in that moment, who's winning? Is the person who is just upset and who has allowed their whole day to be ruined, is that person winning? Or is the person who's able to find some kind of positive in what others may perceive as a negative situation, is that person winning? I would argue strongly that the latter is true. The person who is able to see the joy, is able to see the positives in the challenge, in the obstacle, is winning. Because now they've had a good day. They've had a good day when someone else would have had a bad day. That's why I say perspective. Perspective is a major key. Perspective makes a big difference. The way that you see things, the way that you perceive the outer world, is going to determine your inner reality too. So the next time you're in a situation that is maybe less convenient than you planned, maybe it's an unexpected plot twist, maybe you mess up your trainers, maybe someone steps on your trainers, maybe the rain steps on your trainers, try to see it in a positive spin. Even the other day, I was wearing some brand new trainers that I just got. Hadn't worn them single time. I wear them, right? And I go see my cousin. I was at my cousin's house, right? And they've got a boxing bag. I decided to kick the boxing bag, but it's quite an old one, and it's outside, right? I kicked the boxing bag. Trainers, bear in mind, it's like what, it's black and white, right? The white part of the trainers, damaged, right? Damaged. And I kicked it a few times as well, and I kind of clocked it after. And I was like, oh, I literally just got these. And I was just saying to my cousin, yo, like, I literally just got these. That's kind of bad. And I was just laughing, and I was continuing my day. It's what it is. And then I went to see my other cousin, another one of my cousins. And then on the way home from that, I ended up being in a car crash and completely writing off my car that I had just passed my test for 3 weeks prior. But again, I'm like, okay, what's the positive in this? The positive is, number one, I'm alive and I'm well. Number two, no one else was injured or anything like that. Number three, like this, I'm able to see these different types of positive aspects in the situation. I use that just as an example to illustrate, right, the power of it. Because imagine if, for example, like I could have gone through all of those same things and felt like, oh man, my trainers, man, I just got these, blah, 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 blah. And I could think, oh man, my car, I literally bought this car. Bear in mind, I bought the car cash, and it was like a relatively older car. It was like a 2013 car. I bought it, and then there was multiple changes that I had to make to it, to fix things and all that kind of stuff, right? But it was a car that it was like, yo, it was a lit car. I just had some new LED lights installed, as you guys may have seen in one of my previous videos, right? And it was good. But it's like, if I could have, if I was to see it like, oh man, this is so disastrous, then my day would have been worse. And in fact, standing out there waiting for the traffic or the recovery vehicle to come for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours or so, with no headphones, no nothing, just standing outside in the cold, I guess, that would not have been much of a pleasurable experience if I believed that my day was ruined. I didn't believe that. And I was able to. There were some parts where I was like, "Yo, this is kind of long." And this is kind of long, and then I was like, "Okay, it's a challenge for me to just entertain myself with my thoughts and no water. Bear in mind as well, my mouth was hella dry. I just had like I had jerk chicken and rice and peas 2 times, right? 2 times. So there was a lot of salt going on. 2 times in a day, right? Because I was like behind on my calories. I was like, cool, I need to get the calories in somehow. So I had it at one of my cousin's houses, and then I had another set from a different Caribbean shop at my other cousin's house. But anyways, moral of the story, perspective is a major key. Think about how you think about things. Think about how you react to things, because doing this will drastically change your life. I'm telling you right now. I've experienced that firsthand over the years. I would say it took me years to really start to adopt more of that kind of mentality. But adopting that mentality, because I feel have a very bleak view of the world. But as I worked on adopting that mentality some years ago, it completely transformed a lot for me. Even in times where things weren't going the best for myself and all that kind of stuff, it's like I was able to see the positives, and I was able to get through dark times simply because of the way that I was thinking, right? So that's the lesson of the day. You've been tuning with Learning with Lamar, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video.